This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written two powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +17323058577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Good to see you. Welcome back. We have a show lined up for you today. Of course, we're going to be catching up on the Edochies. Real quick, hit the like button. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified whenever we go live. As usual, we have a nice show lined up for you today. So do me a favor, let's ping everybody else into the room. My name is Ola. What we do here is we extract life and relationship lessons from trendy topics. Yes, but we tackle them from a self-power, social seduction, attraction, and emotional intelligence standpoint. What that means is that we, for the most part, don't care about who is right or wrong. We just want to empower ourselves. We want to create better results. We want to create better outcome. We want to look at what has happened in people's lives, particularly in this case, trendy topics, celebrities, popular people, influencers, and we want to learn from them. That's what we like to do. All right. So welcome. If you're brand new here, just do me a favor. Just hit the like button. That will also help us ping other people into the room. You can follow us everywhere. It's Man of Prestige. Maybe on Instagram, it's __. On TikTok, it's __. Quick shout out to all the sponsors, everybody that continue to support us here, our clients. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for also sharing the words. We do sell books, so it's free. You can get them for free on manofprestige.com. There's a book written by my wife and I. Okay, you can also use that to access coaching. If you feel like there's one way or the other we can help support your journey in this thing we call love, especially marriage. Okay, so you can also use again, shout out to all the sponsors. You can use all of this is scrolling through the screen at any point in time. Shout out to all the people that have donated to our platform over time. We do have a framework that we follow here. We do believe in relationships. Of course, we believe in marriage too, but we believe that the marriage is dead without a healthy underlying relationship. Okay, back in the days, it used to be the structure of marriage that would help all of us sustain a good marriage. But marriage is being questioned left and right. In fact, many people are questioning that, will marriage be around 20 years from now, 50 years from now? I think it's a stupid question. Why? Because it's like asking, is knocking going to be around? Now, you and I know the answers to that. Of course, knocking is going to be around. Selfish bastards. But anyway, but the point here is that we can't run from our shadows, right? We're going to interact with other people, particularly people of other opposite gender and stuff like that. So if we're going to do that, let's just figure out how to do it properly. Let's figure out how to do it in a healthy manner. So today we're going to talk about YUL EDOCHIE. Yes, I'm live. Yes. So help me hit the like button to ping other people into the room. Today we're going to talk about YUL EDOCHIE, but not just YUL EDOCHIE. We're going to talk by extension about some of our other brothers that have been struggling with this thing called love, marriage, the confusion between duty, responsibility, and happiness. We're going to talk about all that kind of stuff. All right. So, watch this video. Let's see. Watch this video real quick. Now I'm gonna play it again. Let me play it again. It's a short one, but it's funny. Wait, what did this say? I think it says if you like marry men with this type of hairstyle. Oh, the hairstyle. Oh, we're generalizing, so we can't go board. I'm going board though. I may script all of this out very soon, because my hair is getting a little funny. So, but anyway, I won't be available. So, but regardless, right? So we're generalizing now, right? What's wrong with Paned? What's wrong with YUL EDOCHIE? What's wrong with Two Face? Well, the name, something's wrong with that name, but what's wrong with Two Face, right? But we have many other examples. We've covered their story here, and really, I love those brothers, right? I love every single one of them. So let's add on to that. We have Emeka Ike, right? Remember when he went viral not too long ago? We have Bola Ninalowo. Bola Ninalowo is a solid guy. It's a family guy. He's trying to get his family together. We have Dotun, right? So we have all those guys trying to figure out this thing called love and marriage, and it gets very confusing. Let's be honest, okay? These things that we're talking about, they're easier said than done. That's the reality, okay? And you ladies can also testify that on your side, this thing is not, it's not as easy as it looks. So let's be honest, though, it's not as easy as it looks. But today I'm bringing this today because there's been a lot of rumors, right? For weeks now, like potentially probably about 3 months. A lot of people speculating. What's the question I'm asking today? It's a very, very simple lesson that I want to share with you today. YUL EDOCHIE and Judy crash? Who else is waiting? Are you actively waiting for this traditional, cultural, customary marriage to end? Are you one of those people waiting for it to end? Listen, okay, this guy has been moving kind of crazy, right? For like what, 3 years now, since 2022 or so, right? Why are we talking about him over and over again? Why are we keeping up with him and his family? Well, somewhere around, I think it was 2022, he decided to come out and announce to the world that he's had a second, well, he's had a new son from his beloved son from his second wife, Judy Austin, who is another actress. Well, if you don't know who YUL EDOCHIE is, he's an actor. He's an actor. He's a Nigerian Nollywood movie actor. Also the son of the legendary Pete Edochie. So, of course, he came and announced to the whole world that he's now doing, he's now a polygamist. You know, at the same time, he wanted to become a president. He's going to become the president of Nigeria. All within a few months. And then at the same time, he became a pastor. You know, I don't know if he's still a pastor, but basically at that time, it was very obvious to me that this man was not a polygamist. Maybe a serial monogamist, but definitely not a polygamist. What happened shortly after that? The wife, Mary YUL EDOCHIE, came out and basically said, God will judge both of you. She's talking to him and his new wife. Okay, so came to find out, there were many rumors started coming out. Come to find out that, oh, this guy is just fantasizing about polygamy. What happened? She said eventually she doesn't want to be no part of a polygamy. So she's not going to be a first wife of multiple wives. So what happened? She started filing for divorce. Well, she didn't really exactly file for divorce, but this guy, YUL EDOCHIE, started creating skits with his new girl, Judy Austin, and they started basically dragging his family in the mud, and it just became very messy in terms of media attention. All right. So that's why we started talking about him. For me, my own thing is this, okay? There's nothing wrong with being a polygamist. Okay, it's not a matter of right and wrong. It's a matter of, is it wise? Do you know what you're doing? That's really more of the issue that we're dealing with, not right and wrong. Okay, because most of you follow the Bible, and the Bible doesn't make it wrong to do polygamy. Okay, it doesn't. Yeah, if you have a place, show me. Okay, I stand corrected or stand to be corrected. But let me say hello, Marriott. Good to see you, Marriott. Good to see you, Ella. Good to see you. Good to see you, Lima. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. So help me hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. I'm not going to be here for too long. This is just a catch up, just making sure we're catching up, because I do have another show on Sharp Edge News later on. So Ella says, man, for an African man to miss his firstborn graduation or for a side chicken, what an embarrassment. Okay, so that's some of the updates that's coming up. Mara said, crash care. They have a battalion of kids. Mara is like me. She's not really following, because honestly, I see them in my feed. I'm just like, I'm not doing it. You know, I've been doing that for a while, but I also know that you guys want to catch up on this. So, but me, my job is to bring some of the lessons. You know, Lima said it is better for them to stay together. It is not like May will take him back. Okay, so now, so my question is that I don't expect those that are expecting this to happen to to signify in the chat, okay, or to admit it, But it almost seems like everybody is waiting for them to crash and burn. They're looking for karma, karma in the favor of Mary May YUL EDOCHIE, right, Queen May. Because why? Because to justify right or wrong, I guess, like I told you so. Like nobody goes scot-free. Nobody shall be evil and go scot-free. Who's the evil here? Well, according to many of the majority of the rhetoric out there, majority of the narrative out there, what's her name? Judy Austin is the main evil person, apparently, and she snatched she snatched YUL EDOCHIE from May EDOCHIE, and a lot of people, especially you ladies, resent this idea that she's capable, that she had the capacity to snatch this grown man from Queen May. But in the same breath, you're not willing to admit that he was snatched, because you are not the same persons will say a man cannot be snatched. Well, was he snatched or was he not snatched? You have to make up your mind. Was he snatched or was he not snatched? And it is not my gender that snatched this man from his wife, right? Was he snatched or was he not snatched? You have to make up your mind, okay? Anyway, so back to the backstory real quick. So he came out, he started dragging his family, started doing all kind of skits, making fun of the situation. At that time, it was obvious to me that he's a mask. He's trying to cover up something. He was trying to be a polygamist. He got caught red-handed. His hand is in the jar. And he wasn't really a polygamist. He had a side chick on the other side of the country. And then she got pregnant. She had a baby. And so happened that she's also somebody's wife. Well, the side chick belonged to somebody at some point. She's a single mother. She was a single mother, okay? But then I heard at the time that they had paid the dowries and, they paid the bride price. So in our culture, that's no longer just a side chick, because as far as I was concerned, I was like, well, it's a side chick, a glorified side chick. Well, okay, all right, I guess she's the new wife, because the first wife said she know they do. Again, she does not want to be a part of the charade. All right, so again, they started doing the dragging his family in the mud. It's just like a clown, all kind of clownerish behavior, right? And in the midst of that, unfortunately, we were covering it. Like, okay, this guy, you're not a polygamist. Go back to your wife. Okay, don't go back to your wife. But if you're going to go separate ways amicably, have some self-respect. How you conduct yourself in the public, right? It just didn't look good. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. As a matter of fact, I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me sip some water. I will be right back.
This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, sorry guys, hit the like button. So we're talking about YUL EDOCHIE and Judy, and it's been a lot of speculations over several weeks now. I see it in my feed. I'm like, I don't care if they crash, I don't care if they make it. I wish them best, whatever that means, because honestly, marriage is not do or die anyway, right? So but I've noticed that this is a big point of contention for a lot of people, because it's going viral all over again. And when I look into the story, I'm like, what happened? Is the marriage over? I'm like, okay, some people say, oh, they're back together. Some people say they're not back together. Like, why do you care so much? Okay, I think I have an idea why you care so much, but we'll come back to that. Anyway, he lost a son in the middle of the clownery behavior. Within a year or so, he lost his first son. At the time, the boy was about to be 16, or he was 16 or 17 years old. And he lost that son. Well, they both lost their son. I'm talking about YUL and his wife, May EDOCHIE. They lost a son. And this young lady, the new wife, she came out and she basically started dragging the public. She said, who are you to tell a person how to mourn a son? Because people were questioning, like, are you serious? You just lost a son and you're doing all this kind of skits within 2-3 weeks? Right? Well, to me, I don't question or doubt that he felt the loss, right? But again, he was going through so much It's obviously self-inflicted. That I don't really expect normal behavior from him. I expect him to actually try to control the narrative, which is what he attempted to do. And you and I know that that doesn't always work out. That never really works out well. If you're going to control narrative, you have to be proactive about it. That means, what I mean by that is that you have to move a certain type of way. See how you live your life, your lifestyle it's already and will continue to do the majority of the heavy weights of controlling the narrative. But of course, people like YUL EDOCHIE, they don't know this. People like Two-Face, they don't know this kind of stuff. Even people like our own honorable senator, they don't know this. This is a strange wisdom to them that they had never heard before. To them, they used to, hey, just pay a journalist this, they change the story, everybody will forget. They're used to that. So now they have the same power that all of us have. We can literally turn on a microphone, and well, we don't even have to turn on the microphone. All you need is a phone, and we're all media. We're all part of the media. It's called social media, right? But they try to compete with the public, and that's not going to work. Not in 2025 or beyond. But they're learning. They're going to learn the hard way. So we talk about Paned, we talk about Emeka Ike, we talk about Bolanle Ninalowo. They try to make PR statements, but they tell on themselves. Like, wait, why are you saying that? We kind of know that your life and your marriage was not perfect, but then you're literally telling us how you were the culprit. You're telling on yourself, like talking too much, right? And that's what we've been doing here for the longest. We've been talking about that for a while. The idea is not that it's their fault. That's not the idea. The idea, it is not that they're to be blamed. That's not the idea. The idea is not about right or wrong. It's none of that, right? The idea is that, do you have self-reflection abilities, right? You're about to tell on yourself. How? By attempting to tell on the other person. You're probably going to destroy yourself, which is essentially what happened to Yul, not personally, but as far as his reputation. Like, he can't even post on his page right now. Every time he posts on his page, somebody is dragging him. That's the way it's been working. Every time he posts something, I'm going to give you an example right now. Well, last time I checked, I haven't seen in recent time, but let me check his last post right now. Every time he posts, even something like even something very, very simple, you just see people start dragging him. Let me see the most recent post right now. Okay, so he has this post. I guess Judy was promoting this earlier on, which is why people are like, oh, they're back together. She was promoting his new movie, so people are like, I don't know if they're shocked or they're surprised. I don't know which one they're saying, but anyway, let's look at this. Congratulations to our most beautiful and intelligible Danielle with first-class honors. Beauty with brain. This was 2 days ago. So Danielle, is that Danielle or Daniela? Danielle is the first daughter, the first one actually. So I guess she graduated. So many people, like somebody was saying that in the chat earlier on. I think it was Ella. Yeah, Ella was saying that man, for an African man to miss his firstborn's graduation all for his side chicken, what an embarrassment. If you tell us more about what you mean by that, but basically people are dragging him that he was not present. He was nowhere to be found. And this young girl just graduated, so she was going through school all the while throughout the whole drama where she actually lost her younger brother, right? And they lost her family, because of what the father was doing. And so that's one of the reasons why people, so you can see, I think he might have just changed this particular post to the caption to celebrating Daniel, but that's good for him. Either way, it's never too late, right? But what happened here, I'm looking at the post here, he cannot post to his 2.7 million monitoring spirit without him being dragged. Trash. I don't know if they're saying the movie is trash or they're saying it's trash. I mean, this movie, listen, we're not going to, let's stop the cap, okay? This guy, okay, this particular guy, YUL EDOCHIE, is one of the best actors. He's better than Ramsey Noah, I'm telling you right now, okay? I know you don't like him right now, okay? He's better than Ramsey Noah. He's better than, what's the name of Tony Abraham's husband? Yes, stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
He's a good actor. Okay, what's the name of Tonya Makusa? Okay, he's better than that. Whatever that is, he's better than. I'm trying to look for some examples. He's better than most of Nollywood actors, in my opinion, at least. Right. So, which is why a lot of people are disappointed in him. So, I don't doubt that he's still a good actor, but in this time and age, there are many, many good actors out there. And if you move mad, or if you tamper with your reputation in the eyes of your followers, yeah, that might just be the end of your career. It's very easy. There's so many talented kids in the street that don't have a chance yet. So I'm not surprised that you guys feel some type of way. Eh? Say YUL EDOCHIE is not that good of an actor.
You doing what?
No, he's a good actor. Miss Godia says YUL acting has not shown any range at all. Wala. I know. You're not feeling him right now. Lima said the guy is a narcissist and he could not handle the rejection from May. Instead, he decided to self-destruct, thinking he was peppering May. Wow, I couldn't agree more. Let's see. I don't even care if they crash. I just want to see May and her kids thriving. That's awesome. Babes Wins say good evening to you, Babes Wins. Lima says I don't even same thing. It is better for them to stay together. Let me see. Miss Goddess, I saw him play a role of political man. It was awful. Are you sure you were looking with the right eyes? Were you patient with him? Abi, you were like, this guy, I beg. How long did you watch how long was the movie? How long did you watch for before you judge him? Now, me that I'm talking here, let me be honest, okay? I've not seen his movie or any of his movies in, I don't know, a long time, very long time ago. Well, I'm not the best yardstick for that. I don't really watch Nollywood movies, not because I don't like them, I don't have time. That's all. But anyway, so now let's get back to what we're saying here. So if you look at this, post here, right? He can't even post anything. People just trash. How do you post? You have 2.7 million monitoring spirits, and all of them, they just, every time you post something, they just saying trash. Kilo day. Why? This was why. What? He married a second wife. Is it a crime to marry a second wife? After all, May said she doesn't want to do anymore, and we all celebrate Queen May, right? We all celebrate her, right? So why can't he just be married in peace? We have, not you guys, of course, Prestige family don't do such nonsense. We have people actively waiting for this marriage to crash. They're waiting for karma. You go wait for a long time, oh. If you're looking for quick karma, just watch Nollywood movies. There's more than enough bad guys dying inside, but this is somebody's life. At the end of the day, this is still Daniel's father. At the end of the day, somebody said rebranding in the poto. No mercy. Zero mercy. Wow. So the title of the movie says bury him. So I'm actually, maybe we can help his destiny. Maybe we're destiny helper. Maybe somebody can go and watch this movie. It's probably not me, but YUL EDOCHIE TV on YouTube. It says bury him, the movie, still showing on YUL EDOCHIE TV on YouTube. I'm curious. Let's see how many views bury him has at this point in time. Just out of curiosity, bury him. Okay, I didn't really talk about some of the updates yet. I know, again, people are speculating that it might be over. The movie is 2 hours and the movie is 2 hours and that quality looks terrible already. Why is a woman appearing in fire? This is all wrong already. Anyway, bury him, full movie. Lizzie Gold is in it, and YUL EDOCHIE. I've also noticed, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, has YUL EDOCHIE appeared with any major actor or actresses in recent time? They're just all of his enemies right now. Anyway, this movie has done 249,000 views. Somebody's watching. It's not me, but somebody is watching. So we can listen. Thank God for YouTube. YouTube has decentralized everything. No matter how much people hate you for making your choices in life, some of the choices that can bite you in the butt, that can still destroy your family. Thank God for YouTube. If this was back in the days now, they won't let him do movies anymore. They will just say you're banned. Why? Image, reputation. We just don't want to work with him. But I still think it hurts him because someone like him, someone of his caliber, if not because of the personal drama he brought to his life, someone of his caliber would probably be in the movies with the Funke Akideles today. I saw a little bit clips of Funke Akindele with our premiere yesterday. Everybody that matters. Right, everyone that matters was at that premiere yesterday. Big time. Funke Akindele is big time, right? Now, Funke Akindele's life is not perfect. Nobody's asking anybody's life to be perfect. But how you conduct yourself when crisis happens in life is really the topic here. Inevitably, crisis, conflict, things, shit happens in life. How you conduct yourself is really the conversation that we're having here. Things will happen in all of our lives, right? And oftentimes, everything I'm saying is easier said than done. It's very difficult to compose yourself, to maintain posture, proper posture when things happen, especially when someone in your life has betrayed you directly or indirectly, or you feel like they're not adequate enough, whatever your resentment is, right? But how you handle it is really how you're going to be tested in life. You're not going to be tested with good morals and character. I promise you, it's not going to happen. They're not going to be like, oh, do you still cheat and lie? No, I don't cheat, steal, and lie. So I'm a good guy. So now you deserve good love life. No, it's not going to play out like that. I know when we were in primary school, that's what they taught us. Just don't steal, don't kill, don't cheat, don't lie, and you're all good to go. But hey, we're finding out as grown adulting is not easy, right? And sometimes even now you cause harm, but it's really not the end. If you just calm down and stop trying to manipulate the rest of the world, if you just calm down for a second. But you know what most of us do? We try to control the narrative. And the longer we wait to really own our shit, the worse it gets. Accountability. Self-accountability, the only form of accountability that exists. Everything else is a waste. Poto. Yeah. Mara says he's making money. Yeah. 249,000 views of a 2-hour, 34 minutes movie. That's going to bring some nice change, even if you hate him. Yes. Ms. Goya says, please note that movie was sponsored by 4 channels. Lizzie Movies also hit 1 million. Oh, really? Even better. So his brand is still out there. I don't know who Lizzie is. So Lizzie must be somebody you guys know. I haven't seen any of his movies. Are they good? Toby and try. I don't know. If you ask me now, who I'm gonna ask, I don't know. But he's still out here. He's still hustling, even though people are trash. His comments like trash. Like, Kilode, what did he do? He did not buy a person. All he did was enter another Pegus outside of his wife and impregnated her. And now they've had like, how many children now? About 30 children that they've had together since the demise of his first marriage. I was listening to somebody else. Was it Ansi? It was like, the only legitimate wife on record. Resty. The wife is Judy Austin. Are we going to be in denial about that? Queen May filed for divorce already. She's good to go. She's making money too, right? She's moved on, but we know it's not that easy. Like nobody liked to see a marriage fall apart, right? Especially if you've envision it as a beautiful thing, right? You don't want to see somebody use their own hands to mess it up. And I think a lot of people are just disappointed. But really, here's the lesson that I want to give to you, ladies and gentlemen, on this one today. Please do not wait for karma, okay? I'm not saying karma is not real, but it never shows up like an Hollywood movie, okay? Not in that way, okay? And then when you're asking for karma too, it shows up for every one of us. None of us are perfect. I know you're not YUL EDOCHIE. I get it. Nobody should compare you. I should never compare you or your son or your father or your uncle or anybody to YUL EDOCHIE, because every single one of them, they're not perfect, but they're not YUL EDOCHIE. So none of them are going to receive karma coming to them. Karma only comes to those people like YUL EDOCHIE, whatever, okay? The point is that please don't waste your life waiting for karma. We all have limited time on this earth. Okay, so the beef with YUL EDOCHIE today, from what I've seen, is that he was not present at his daughter's graduation, right? That could have been for many reasons. Who knows why? We don't know why, right? But people are going to assume that he's just a useless father. You know, I won't say he's a useless father. I won't go that far. Is he a good father? No. If he cannot be a good husband, there's a good chance that he's not being his best at being a father. Just a chance. Many people believe that you can be a good father but a terrible husband. I understand the logic there. I get it. I know where you're coming from with that. But something has to give. And sometimes it's the quality of the relationship you have with your kids. Okay. If you cannot keep your house in order, right? Even Paned, that I think allegedly he has kids from Regina, right? Even though Regina is gone, right? The way you drag their mother is going to tamper with the quality of relationship you have with your children, and vice versa. The way you treat their father, unless it's completely out of your hands. And I know it's difficult because sometimes this is a person that you resent for sometimes, many times, legitimate reasons, which is why it's difficult, right? But the way you see the father or the mother of your children, there's no way around it. It will tamper with the quality of relationship you have with your kids. Oh, and yes, there's a relationship with your kids. Once they go past the age of 7, what you're building with them is a relationship. And you better know what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, they'll show you shaggy. And again, you'll come back and tell me that it is all in the hands of God. It is not a do or die. There's no manual to parenting. You're deceiving yourselves. Okay, that's typically what loser parents will say. Please don't say that. There are more than enough information to help and optimize and make it better, including parenting, including marriage, including any of this kind of stuff we're talking about. So I'm looking at a daily post here. It says actor YUL EDOCHIE has finally reconciled with his elder brother, Link EDOCHIE. Remember Link EDOCHIE was in the news? I have a very strong belief that he was only in the news because of YUL EDOCHIE, but they dragged him. Well, not him directly, but they dragged Auntie Yinka. Remember Auntie Yinka? Yinka Tyson, they dragged Yinka. Now Yinka has rested. I think she rested, right? I don't know. But anyway, Yinka tried to drag Queen May. That didn't go out. That didn't pan out well. That didn't work out very well for her. You know, they dragged her, they doxed her, they released her information. They went to her job. Queen May followers. Eburu. Eburu. They dragged her. They dragged everybody involved. They even dragged you, even though it wasn't you that went to marry Yinka. Anyway, the reunion took place at a family event attended by members of the EDOCHIE clan. Daily Post recalls that YUL had criticized Link on social media in 2024 after the elder advised him to take his controversial marriage with Judy Austin offline. In response, YUL wrote, and I quote, "You that hid your marriage inside your house, no still divorce, casted." Who casted you with any? So you know still divorce. Is it you that you said that you know still divorce? I mean, it's a good point, but still, it wasn't really. I think he still thinks it's about his marriage. It's okay for somebody not to be in a marriage anymore, or the marriage did not work out. What is not okay is to attempt to control the narrative or manipulate the general public. It never works out well. The only way to effectively to influence the public is to own your shit. Once you own it, nobody can use it against you anymore. No, actually, for a little while, it might take a while. You might even get some lashback. If you're someone like YUL EDOCHIE, you're a public figure or you're a leader of any type, right? You might get a little bit small lashback because people are disappointed. Oftentimes, they will take your matter for their head, and they are disappointed because your life did not go in the direction that they pictured, right? They will take it personally. Just for a little while, they'll move on. They're full of shit. Most of them, I'm saying all of us, we're full of shit. They'll move on. Okay, I promise you, just give it a couple of days, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 months. I don't know, but it's short term. That's the bottom line. And they'll move on. but they don't know this, and they try to, and it doesn't work out well because, especially if you start responding to everything, So of course, he responded. He responded to his brother at the time. Did your wife not leave you? Everybody an advisor for social media. You sabi advise other people while your own life goes scatter, and you know fit fix them. Following the public exchange, the brothers unfollowed each other on social media. Is it that deep? That's some toxic shit. Unfollow each other over what? Stupid. Are you okay? But hey, every family is not like yours. Maybe that's their dynamic. We go fight, we go come back and make up. So they're reporting here that they actually made up. Following the public exchange, the brothers unfollowed each other. Meanwhile, Rita Edochie had frequently criticized Judy Austin until Rita need to rest. Criticized Judy Austin, accusing her of snatching YUL from his legal wife, May Edochie, husband snatcher. Make up your mind, ladies. Was that husband snatched or not? Can you snatch a man? You want to know my personal opinion? You want to know personal opinion? My personal opinion there is a yes. My personal opinion is, okay, not yes like that. My personal opinion is that men don't snatch husbands. However, in a viral video shared by Rita on Instagram, the trio were seen hugging and taking pictures together. Let me see if I can see a video here. There might be a video. Oh, there's a video. Look at them. Okay, so you can see the family. They're all together. They're laughing. Kiki, kaka, family forever. Family forever. Listen, we all go through stuff. Okay, we all go through stuff. Okay, but use Edochie's reputation. I mean, it will be interesting to watch it over the next few years to see how it goes. One thing I know that Nigerians, especially, we are very forgiving people. If people would just self-correct, and move, accordingly, we're very forgiving people. Lima says Inka is a problematic person. She just like to involve herself in matters that does not concern her. Yeah, she didn't make it into that family. She was about to become the newest Edochie in town. Yes, too bad. It didn't work out like that. That's too sad for her. That's too bad. It didn't work out exactly like that. Let's see. Nika is organizing a GoFundMe situation for Judy's birthday. She's still going. Are you serious? You can't make this kind of shit up. You can't. His behavior is baffling, Sha. Mara said, yeah. Wait, why do we have only 6 likes? Let me ask them, or not to. Let me ask them. But I know the Queen May Nation will help me out. If our Prestige family cannot help me, Queen May Nation will help me out. Because I'm going to give you some lessons about this in a second here. I don't know why Nigerian women like deluding themselves with the legal wife rhetoric when you are all co-wives. Wala, what do you mean? What do you mean, not to? I didn't say all that to, not to. I didn't say all that to. I did not say all that to. Everybody's co-wives. Well, in our culture, I think everybody's co-wives. My wife, our wife, my wife, our wife, my wife, my wife. I know, right? Here's why I wanted to. This is a lesson here today. Okay, I'm going to reiterate it real quick and I'll round up. All right. So, waiting for karma is an effective way to waste your life away. Forget YUL Edochie and Queen May and Judy Austin right now. Okay. The reality is that we have options. The reality is that when you're faced with crisis in life, you actually have options. The first option to assess what is going on, right? And the best option, the easiest option is to, like, you see an enemy instantly. There's somebody who is your enemy, and they are right there, and they are physical. A lot of them are physical. Sometimes they are your mother. Yeah, if you find a very nice holy prophet around you, they will point at your mother and say that's your enemy. Nigerians, our market. Anybody saw Chris yesterday, the birthday? Another topic entirely. Let's just leave that alone. Okay. So the reality is that you have options, but the easiest option that will present themselves to you is that somebody is the enemy. Sometimes they look like Judy Austin. Sometimes they look at YUL EDOCHIE, right? But the reality is that these are just other human beings and they are not perfect. And sometimes they commit atrocities that make you feel like they're not perfect. It's an understatement. I get it. Okay. But you want to waste your life away? Keep waiting for karma. No, you're right. Karma exists. Okay. Karma is real. You're absolutely correct about that.
You're right.
The issue is that karma is not going to show up the way you think it's going to show up. Sometimes karma is not going to show up when you're around. Sometimes karma is going to show up 4th generation down the line, like the scripture says, right? Sometimes it's going to be immediate. It happened already. You didn't even realize. In fact, sometimes what happened to you that you're not the victim was actually karma, and it's like 4th generation down the line. So what am I saying here? You can't really control. It's like you trying to control the narrative, just like YUL EDOCHIE did. And it doesn't work out well. What happens is that you waste your life away. You waste your life away. But if you look around you, or if you're patient enough to really assess what's going on, you will notice that karma is always working. And a lot of it, you will just see, you will laugh. You're like, this one never see anything yet. Listen, I look at my life, or let me say our lives, right? Just in recent times, my wife and I, we've had some things happen that we're like, damn, people just keep catching themselves. We don't have to put too much into this, right? Because we don't invest too much energy into it. It comes right, the story comes back to us. But we don't have to put too much energy in trying to ensure karma catches whatever we think is the adversary, the enemies, all these different things. And we're talking about relationships, like your relationship is literally synonymous to time, your life, your relationships, right? Relationships are not perfect. Why? Because that's where your growth lies. That's where learning how to navigate relationships is actually where you actually experience the most growth. Because the easiest choices and options for you to make will be to point fingers and expect and keep expecting that the karma will catch whatever you think the enemy is. Am I saying there's no enemy? I'm telling you right now, you fight not flesh, but principalities, powers from high places. I get that. Okay? But not flesh. It's not going to look like what you might think already, okay? And definitely those prophets, they're going to mislead you. You're just going to waste your life away. Self-development. Let's get back to self-development. Okay, what does that mean? What does self-love mean? What does self-respect mean, right? What do these things mean, right? I know we need to get to the story. What happened with you? You as an individual is deeper than anything surface level. Is deeper than anything. Oh, that one was wrong. That was right. Let's call it spade. It's deeper than any of that bullshit. I promise you. Okay, but it's as simple as you can still look at, how do I feel right now? Why do I feel the way that I feel right now? Why do I feel like my life is inadequate right now? When in fact I have many things I can be grateful about. But maybe life is truly that terrible for you. But either way, the people that make the most of what is left for them in life are people that approach it from a place of gratitude, purpose, and self-development. You can call that the GPS. All right, so that's really all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen, today. Let me read one more comment, and then we'll continue the story tomorrow. Miss God said it very true. It's a waste of time. If May was sitting waiting for karma, she wouldn't be who she is. Exactly. I think that's what you're trying to say. Exactly. I think that's the best place to leave the show today. Do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I will be right back.
This is Ola, man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.